a video, and the video was about this is why men are drawn to you just for sex. And this is a part two of it because I got so many questions. I got a lot of questions asking how do you clear that area? How do you fix that that disgusting thing that men are only drawn to you just for sexual activities? They don't love me. They don't like my heart. They don't like my personality. They just see me as a sex idol, a sex tool, a sex box. And I explained in that video how that energy works, especially when you have been sexually abused, physically abused at an early age. And I explained to you why energy is stuck. So if you haven't healed that area in you, that area, energy becomes stuck in that sacral chakra. That sacral chakra is that chakra right below your navel, above your pubic area. And if energy becomes stuck there, a lot of times, a lot of women will experience extremely bad menstrual cycles. You will extreme bleeding, extreme pain in that area. You might even experience a lot of cysts in your ovaries, fibroids, infertility. You might have to remove your entire woman parts. And a lot of times, that's energy is being stuck in the area. Now, this is why you is very imperative that you forgive if you want energy to move like it's supposed to, because energy travels from your root chakra up. Okay, it goes. It's like the root. The root chakra is like the root right up the tree, and energy goes in that area and it moves up. Now, if energy is stuck in your sacral chakra, which is the second chakra, a lot of times pleasure, sex, and all those things that I've mentioned before will be experienced. Now, one of the things that's experienced that I was talking about in the first video is about how men see you. See, when energy is stuck in that area, a lot of you gonna experience men are only drawn to you for that one thing because energy is stuck, and the first energy that men see, especially the men in that lower vibration, is sexual energy. They can see it, they can smell it, they can feel it, they can experience it. They know who is the one to go to. And listen, it's not that you try to be sexy. You don't try to be sexual. I read a comment on the last video. Someone said they even try to gain weight and eat a whole bunch of junk food just to avoid that experience of men drawn to them because because they keep get being victim of that one thing. Listen, there's a way to balance that energy out. Okay, you might stop being very extremely emotional. You might stop holding a whole bunch of guilt. You might stop having hip pains or back pains. You might clear up a whole bunch of stuff from feeling lonely because a lot of times a lot of women who has that energy stuck there would experience a lot of guilt and a lot of shame, bodily shame, physical shame. You're ashamed of everything. And everything makes you feel guilty. Everything becomes your fault. No matter what happens, it's your fault. It's your fault that every relationship breaks up. It's your fault that everybody leaves. It's your fault that your kids like this. It's your fault. Everything is your fault. Energy is stuck. Understand that chakra is actually also known as the seat of your emotions, right? It's where all your emotions sit. And when all your emotions sits there and it's just there, you're gonna realize that you're always extremely emotional. A lot of times, if you balance that chakra, the emotion is gonna flow naturally. The energy is gonna flow, and that emotions will have no need to be there anymore. Listen, so let's go back to that sexual experience. Before I go back to that sexual experience, oh, fixing that problem. Listen, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead, do it right now. Click the subscribe button. Make sure you like, make sure you comment. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if you ever thought about it or heard about it. Let me know what you know about this um, video. Now, back to what I was saying. A lot of men, unfortunately, are struggling with the same thing that you're struggling from. That's why they seek out women to have sex with. It's not natural for a man to just conquer. See, men in that lower vibration conquers. Now, unfortunately, since you have experienced trauma or since you have had some kind of experience in something that you probably don't like that cause your energy to stuck. I mean to be stuck. You are you are working with a low vibration too, and energy is stuck in that area. So you are also carrying a low vibration. That's why he sees you. He sees you, he sees you, he sees you. You don't want to be seen by him, but that's who sees you. Now, what you must do, how do you fix that? How do you fix the problem? How do you fix the problem that men should stop looking at you just for sex? How do you find a man who sees your heart, who loves you, who loves your personality, who sees more than your body or the sex. Now, check this out. You have to balance your root chakra and your sacral chakra. Now, let's talk about emotions. I'm going to give you a couple steps. Let's talk about emotions. Now, emotions are what you experience based on something that happened in the past. Emotions are records of the past. Okay? Emotions are records of the past. What that means is that emotions are practice, right? If something happened to you last week and it happened to you this week, then the mind goes back to last week and remember what emotion you felt and give you back the same feeling. So the thoughts would give you back the same emotion. The feeling gives you the same emotions. The vision gives you back the same emotions. All your senses give you back the same emotions because emotions are records of the past. The mind keeps score of every emotion and actions that you experience. So however you react is how the body and the mind keep score of which emotions to bring back. Remember, emotions are energy in motion. So whatever you see, whatever you feel, it brings you back. Is how your body responds. Understand this right here. If you keep feeling unsafe, because when trauma happens, one of the things that we want to feel is unsafe. We feel insecure. We feel sad. We feel lonely. We feel fear. We experience fear. Those are emotions. Remember, those are records of the past. What you must do if you feel safe, begin to feel safe. Begin to practice. Imagine what being safe feels like. Imagine. So, imagine somebody who you think is safe, right? Imagine somebody who's safe. What do you think they feel? What do you think that they are doing? How do you think they are living their life? And begin to question that and begin to mimic what you think they will feel. How does feeling safe feel? And you got to practice feeling safe because you remember these are your emotions. You have to practice your emotions. You've been practicing those ones that you didn't want for all this time, and that's what's keep blocking your energy. Remember, emotions and perceptions and your thoughts will keep your energy from flowing because it's energy, right? Your thoughts control how your energy flow. Your feelings control how your energy flow, especially your emotions. So if you keep practicing the same old feelings that relate to that sexual trauma, that abuse, then it becomes stuck. Now you have to practice new emotions. You must practice new emotions. So first thing, practice feeling safe. Just practice feeling safe every single day. Take about 10 minutes a day to practice feeling safe. Second thing, you have to forgive and release that energy. And one of the things that I practice with my clients, I have them breathe. And as you breathe, you're going to relax your body. Take deep breaths in through your nose, in about 3 to 5 seconds in, and 3 to 5 seconds out. And what you want to do, you want to relax your shoulders. Every time you exhale, relax your shoulders, drop your shoulders, relax your neck. Make sure nothing is being, make sure that you have no worries, you have no stress. You are completely in here right now with me or with yourself, by yourself. You are completely, nothing is happening. So just completely relax. Let you completely relax. I want you to place your hand right on the lower stomach area, right here, your lower stomach. As you place your hand on your bare skin, and as you breathe, imagine that your lungs is right below your hand, right? So you are breathing from this area right here. You're breathing from this area. So imagine your lungs, because remember, wherever my focus go, my attention flow, my attention goes, right? Wherever my focus go, my energy flows. I'm sorry, wherever my attention goes, my energy flows. If my attention goes in this area and I can see it, I can feel it, and I'm imagining that area, then my energy begin to flow to that area. Okay, it begin to break up all that junk, all that toxic, calcified energy. Okay, so as I focus on this area and I'm relaxed, what happen? Energy begin to flow, move. As I place my hand on my stomach, I'm focused on my breath. I'm focused on this area, and now imagine feeling free and being free. Imagine you are free as a bird. See yourself flying, experience freedom. Can you feel like you are free? There's nobody that's hurting you. There's nobody that's abusing you. There's nobody that's messing with you. You are completely free. And as you feel that, imagine energy moving through your body. from the root of your spine all the way up. Imagine energy just flowing. Imagine you are just a complete, perfect individual. Imagine you have no guilt, but understand being free. Okay. The next thing that you want to do, you want to move up the energy from this area, make sure it begins to flow up. So, what you want to do, you want to start up your heart chakra. What do you want to do? Start to trust, start to love, start to trust, start to love. The only way to have the energy break up from here is to love, because energy begin to flow up. Because if your heart chakra is closed, because when things happen to us, disappointment, breakups, divorce, relationship ends, and all this family, death, understand, a lot of us, or grief, a lot of us close our heart to protect it. But as you close your heart, you are destroying it even more. If you close your heart, you don't protect it, you destroy yourself. So what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to open up your heart so energy can flow up. Because energy needs to go up, right? Because remember, energy is stuck on the lower part. So energy needs to flow up. And as you open your heart, energy begin to, you stop being as tired as you were. Because a lot of times when you are struggling with that experience, you're always tired and always drained. That's one indication the energy is stuck in this area. Tired, drained. You're gonna take all this coffee all the time. You can't sleep properly. Even if you sleep 8 hours, you still wake up tired. You still are tired at 2 p.m. You are tired again. And just let the energy begin to flow upwards. Okay? And as energy begin to flow upwards, now your energy begin to change. Because it's not down here anymore. It's not that sexual area anymore where your energy is projected as sexy. You're not using your body anymore. Now, since your energy elevates to your heart is open, you are using compassion, you are using love, you are using trust. When you begin to let your energy flow upwards by opening up these chakras right here, now you become a complete balanced individual. That's how you stop letting these brothers, these men, use you for that energy, because they stop seeing you as such. Okay, higher elevated people see higher elevated people. Lower elevated people or lower vibrational people see lower vibrational people, and they know exactly who is who. They know exactly who their victims are. You have to understand. So you have to get to a place where you can practice the energy flow. Open up your chakras, feeling free, forgive, release that person who hurt you. Okay, a lot of you have that energy still in you, and it has to be released. A lot of times you're gonna realize when you have the energy, you're also not a creative person. Like I said in the last video, you're not creative. The energy is just, you want to start going to the gym, but you really can't, or you want to start cooking, but or art or whatever, crafting, but you really can't because the energy is just too much. Because sex and again, I somebody asks, how does sex and creative energy come together? Well, it comes together because sex is creation. Sex is creation. Sex is creative energy. Same thing that you creating something. Remember, sex. The thing about sex is this: what we don't understand. The reason why you have sex is to elevate your frequency. When you elevate your frequency or your vibration, right? You vibrate higher. When you vibrate higher, you create in that vibration. That's why kids or children are created, because as you orgasm, you create your frequency elevates. That's why it feels like God. Like when you about to orgasm, it's like it's the best feeling because that is your elevated feeling. That feeling is where you create from. Okay, that's your creative feeling. That's why some men have to do it on so often, or some women, because that's the way how to elevate their frequency without doing it intentionally, by doing the inner work, by balancing your chakras, by being happy or finding happiness and peace within. So we use sex. That's why sex is so abused, and that's why sex is experience, or it's first. This is because it's one of the first energies that people see, because that's what everybody knows. That's sexual energy. You can feel that vibration around you because that's one of the first ones that we experience, sexual energy. So understand, when you begin to flow naturally, that energy begins to go away. People stop seeing that sexual energy. They won't be drawn to you just for sex anymore. But first, you must elevate that frequency. If you have been traumatized early, if you have been sexually abused, if you have been sexually molested as a child, sometimes you don't even remember, and you start to understand energy is stuck. Forgive those ones who hurt you. Meditate, focus on that area, right? Wherever my attention goes, my energy flows. Let that energy move. Forgive as you meditate, see the energy flow, begin to feel free, begin to feel like you are connected to the universe, to God and everyone else, right? Because a lot of time, but when energy is stuck in the area, you feel lonely. A lot of people always feel lonely, or they go to a place where they are lonely by themselves because you seclude yourself. So you have to understand this is all energies being stuck, and that's how you are reacting to it. And you thought that it was normal or natural. It is not. It's the reaction to energy being stuck. So if you want men to stop seeing you in that energy, you must balance out yourself. You must let the energy pass. Begin to feel safe. Imagine that you are secure. Repeat this. All of my needs are met. Imagine that you are grounded. Imagine that you belong here. Imagine this. Imagine you belong right here amongst everyone else, every living things and creatures. Imagine that you belong here and you know this is your place and you feel like you are grounded. Imagine your roots go from your feet, and as you walk or as you sit with your feet planted, imagine energy as you inhale the energy from the earth because you belong here. Imagine the energy from the earth go inside of your body and it makes that, gives you that nutrients. Imagine those tall trees 300 feet above the earth. Imagine those big old animals. That energy from the earth is what strengthens them, is what grows them. So imagine if you take that energy and based on how you imagine or your imagination, the energy begins to grow you and it makes you feel like you are one. We are all one. Practice those things. Feel the energy flow. You're gonna see that the energy begin to shift. That sexual energy, it begin to shift. You become love. You become peace. You become happiness. Try it. Let me know what it. Let me know if it works. Remember, again, thank you all for watching. Let me know if you have any more questions. Let me know if I could help you. Let me know if you want to book a session. It's very simple. This happens very often. You all have a beautiful day. I'll see you guys later. Peace.